I'm trying to be excited about Christmas markets. You tell me sad Santa stories. Which animal was that again?
Yeah, but not your nose, only your toes.
Oh, your nose too. Your nose should get one too.
Toes and your nose.
Yeah, all of that.
And don't forget your clothes.
I don't do a half peach Christmas. I do proper peach Christmas. Hey, podcast kittens. It's Cathy Cat. See, I couldn't do it a second time. Damn it.
Ladybeard coming to you. Well, an episode of Cat with Beard.
This is another episode of us trying to talk about Christmases. I didn't have enough syllables to make this actually work.
Do you know what?
Yep.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin lays an egg.
All right.
The Batmobile broke a wheel. What's the next line?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Never heard about this.
You never know this?
No.
This movie is...
But you can tell this is the Christmas episode of Cat with Beard.
Hello, Merry Christmas and such. Merry Christmas.
It's the festive season, and this topic I am very excited about to talk about.
Yeah, you love Christmas.
Oh, I love Christmas. I come from one of the countries where we take Christmas super seriously.
Very seriously.
Which is Germany. A lot of Christmas traditions, surprisingly, actually come from Germany
100%.
too.
It's lovely. They're lovely
Such as the
traditions.
one that we're talking about.
Yeah, and also you have to listen to that Mariah Carey song. That was also created in
everyone's
Germany.
unfreezing her, but she's not German. We're not talking about her. We're talking about Christmas markets, German Christmas markets in Japan.
Because as with all things, Japan put its own very cute spin on the concept.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to talk about the Japanification of the German Christmas market.
If you happen to be in Japan between November, December, and sometimes January, but generally November and December, you might encounter an awesome Christmas market, which is a great location to take your date to, which is a great location to take your friends to, which is a great location to take your work colleagues to, because it is a great tradition coming from the land of breakfast.
Straight from Deutschland.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So the Christmas market concept, you know that they already have existed in Germany. So generally, if you don't have a German Christmas market in your town, let me just quickly give you like a quick, what is it? It is literally a market with cute little huts. There's lots of little lights on it. Have you ever seen a German Christmas market in Australia?
Not in Australia, but maybe I haven't, but I've seen them in Germany because when I did exchange there, we saw them all at Christmas time.
Yeah, good. Wrap up. What is a Christmas market? What is like the impression of Christmas market?
If you imagine when you have the Christmas nativity and there's the manger that, Mary and Jesus and everyone's in. Imagine a whole lot of mangers like that, but inside them they're selling various products, Glühwein or Lebkuchen or,
wine,
nutcrackers.
Gingerbread.
Nutcrackers and various ornaments for the Christmas tree, various Christmassy things.
Yes. Generally, it's that one location in any city in Germany where everyone comes together, usually in front of the city hall where there's space.
In front of the church, there was always a church
sometimes
very close
churches,
by.
sometimes city halls, and there's lots of tiny little wooden huts with lights on them, and they give you that warm, cozy feeling, and there's usually a giant Christmas tree around there as well.
Beautiful, by the way, absolutely beautiful. If you ever go to Germany or Austria or anywhere else that does this, and the real straight from the original source, straight from the source way to do it. Hey,
you okay?
Keep going.
Right. Straight from the source of Germany. So German Christmas markets I found in the UK. Not quite sure. Maybe they exist in Australia.
Sure they do.
Maybe. Yeah. If they exist in your country, leave a comment now while we're talking. You can talk and listen and write at the same time. Apparently this actually comes from before winter comes. It used to be an idea to get people to come and buy lots of meat and products so to make sure that they have enough stock for the winter.
Is that what it's for?
That's apparently where it derived from. So in the 1400s. Very, very long story. But how did this come to Japan? You asking me? Yes, you're asking me. Are you asking me?
On a boat.
In a way, maybe, because there was a guy called Kurt A. Netto in 1873. So he introduced that concept to Kosaka City in Akita. He was a German mining engineer. Netto.
Yeah, an Australian name, didn't he?
Netto. So Netto was inspired by the vibrant Christian markets that Weihnachtsmarkt, we call them Weihnachtsmarkt in Germany, or Adventsmarkt, or Christmarkt, depending on where you live in Germany, has a different name. But for him, he came from Saxony. He was inspired to bring that to festive spirit to the locals in Akita. Mm-hmm. So it reflected his desire to bring the joy and traditions of his hometown. You can tell he was probably, if he was even just half as passionate about Christmas markets than I am, then you know why he did that. So he tried to blend German and customs into the local community.
Yeah, he
Japanese
was a mining engineer, so he was doing some mining in Japan.
Japan
or
was a
something
mining
over Christmas, I
engineer.
guess.
So he's not just not mining, he was also a mining engineer.
So he was smart. He had a decent noggin on his shoulders.
We'd like to think so because he managed to establish this as a thing in Japan and it became a symbol of cultural exchange between Christmas celebrations in Japan and Germany.
Which is lovely.
Yes.
Which is lovely.
And the early markets were obviously a bit smaller than they are now, but they featured, German imported cuisine and a couple of key attractions. But now this actually become a vital part of Japanese Christmas romancing.
Do you know what? I feel like the Japanese embrace Germanness very well. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Japanese don't...
That just sounded like Shiori giving me a hug. The Japanese embrace Germanness very well, like a good hug.
You see, like the Weihnachtsmarkt, it's quite authentic and delightful. Comparatively, when you go to, say, the French Expo, it doesn't feel nearly as French. Go to the Australian thingamajig, it doesn't feel nearly as Aussie.
Really?
I really feel like the Weihnachtsmarkt, it very feels quite authentic.
That could be that sometimes, apparently, some items and such are actually, gifted from German cities. Some Christmas markets are actually a collaboration between the sister city. If that city has a sister city in Germany, they usually, exchange on that and they give each other feedback and such. So it's actually... Sometimes I find it more Christmassy than some of the German Christmas markets I've seen in the UK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes in the UK there'd be random things. You're like, we don't have that at a German Christmas market.
Really?
Yeah, but in Japan they're kind of staying with the basics, the good basics.
All right. By the way, it's delightful seeing how enthusiastic you are about this topic. It's really lovely to behold.
Very enthusiastic about this, and I hope you guys are too, because I think Christmas is a wonderful season if you celebrate it like this. So, Christmas market, good day out at the Christmas market. We're gonna give you some of the coolest Christmas markets or warmest Christmas markets or nicest Christmas markets of Japan. So if you're here during that time, go check them out and I'll let you know what you can do there.
All right, so let's hit it. First things first, what does Japan do to the Christmas market to make it uniquely Japanesey?
So, for example, in Germany, we generally have lights on the houses and lights on the trees, but Japan will add a bit more sparkle to it. Mm-hmm. Kira time.
Kira Christmas.
All the Christmas. So there will be extra bold statues maybe out of lights. There might be a whole tunnel with lights around it. There will be, I've once seen a very high fashion brand that had a giant shoe or a present box in their lights to promote their brand. So there'll be a lot of light chains all around, more than you'd maybe even see in a German village.
So tons of lights. It's lit up, illuminated well.
And then they fuse the local food and the German food in together quite well. So there might be, for example, instead of just a hot chocolate, there might be a matcha hot chocolate. And also they make their own spin on the mulled wine. I will come back to that. There's one festival that does a really good job there who then makes their own variations of mulled wine, Glühwein.
A Glühwein.
Glühwein, mulled wine is going to be great.
You were saying mulled wine. I was like, you put mold in your wine?
No, mulled.
Sorry, mulled. I apologize.
Mulled wine. Yeah, so it's and also the consumer culture, so it has then, bonus items, maybe some shopping, gifting, or what they're doing here in Japan, which is smart. Usually in Germany, you get a Christmas market for people to come to the Christmas market, but some smart locations make a Christmas market for people to come to the Christmas market, but then actually go shopping around the area.
That's up here for thinking, isn't it?
That's more of a Japanese spin on it. But it's a great blend of European culture and Japanese culture.
As long as you're consuming
the tasty foods there, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. So, 5 famous Christmas markets in Japan plus one. I had to add one more. That's actually my secret favorite. I'll tell you my secret favorite at the end.
All right.
Yep, my secret favorite is... You should go for that one because that one, so far, I know the best. So, okay.
I've never seen you move your hands more than you are moving them right now.
I am very excited about Christmas
Sure, keep
market.
going. I won't hold you back. Go for it. What number one? Hit us.
So, first of all, I didn't expect that much of Japanese Christmas markets because I've seen it done abroad, not so well. But Japan is doing a good job. And especially when I can't go home for Christmas, knowing that I've been living in Japan for 10 years there were many years when I could not go home for Christmas. So I had to kind of fill that void in my heart with that spirit. And one of the locations was Yokohama.
Old hammer.
Yokohama. Do you know the red brick area?
Not really, actually, no. Maybe I do. If you showed it to me, I'd be like, oh yeah, but no, I know the Chinatown, and I know the that big old hotel thingamajig, and I know the radio station, I know the water.
So there's like the Yokohama Scenic Harbor area. Okay. They call it like the red brick area.
Oh, that's the red brick area. Well, then I do know it. Okay.
That's the area that has like a lot of artsy stuff and events there quite a lot to bring people to the harbor, that area. And it's like very festive because the water reflects the lights and such. They have great decorations. There are tons and tons of booths. It is quite cold because it's near the sea, so it's quite breezy. Make sure you really get warm there. They have a giant Christmas tree there. They're doing that right. Check that box. And lots of, Japanese and European elements. Food and drink. You get the classic German things, the bratwurst.
Bratwurst,
the
very
bratwurst,
good.
Delicious. The pretzels.
Delicious.
The mulled wine.
Oh.
And international dishes as well, and stuff influenced by Yokohama and such. A lot of couples go there though.
A lot of couples?
Oh yeah. Oh boy, it's like a date. They're making a whole date out of it. Even if they live in Tokyo, they go together on the train to Yokohama, and then they shop a little bit in Chinatown before it gets dark. And once it gets dark and all the lights are on, then all the couples are holding hands. And
that's delightful.
It's a very, very, it's because it is romantic. It looks great.
Really?
And there will be live performances and stuff, and then visitors can take photos with Santa Claus.
Santa Claus!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying for the families.
Is he a big, fat, jolly Santa Claus, or is he a salary man?
It depends on the year you go there, I assume. Okay. I once went there and they had a bell of love that you could ring, which as a German I was like, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Bell of love.
Like a bell, like a bling. You know, you go, like the couples would go there and they would ring the bell. And I'm like, we don't do that.
Well, that sounds
commercial. We don't do that. And one of my Japanese friends was like, shh, don't ruin it to them. And I'm like, well, we don't do that. This is not German. This is not German culture. But anyway, so that's the extra little additions that you get there.
Could we just have a moment to discuss Japanese Santa Clauses? Because it's been my experience, as we know, Santa Claus is traditionally in our culture a jolly fat man ho-ho-hoing and ringing a bell and giving children presents and so forth. It's been my experience when you see a Father Christmas at a mall in Japan or something. It's normally a skinny salaryman who's just stuck on a Don Quixote, cheap kind of Santa suit. He just does this. That's 100% of his Santa activities.
I'm trying to be excited about Christmas markets here to tell me sad Santa stories.
No, I would say if these are good Santas, then it's a real big thing to be excited about.
Okay, so what you're saying is Santa has to be fat.
No, so he's a proper Santa, or is he a kind of a recycled, just get dug from marketing to put on a costume Santa?
I would like to think that they just get like an older gentleman with a big white beard who has already had a little bit too much of the malt wine the sausages with a little bit of a belly, and then Christmas market number 2.
Sorry,
that's the easiest one to reach. That's the one in Roppongi.
Roppongi.
Pretty much any foreigner coming sooner or later to Japan has been in Roppongi. If you're here for business, you will have been in Roppongi generally.
It's probably the most accessible part of the whole city, really.
It's very accessible. I personally, it's not my favorite. I've been there when I did my whole every Christmas market binge in Tokyo. I've done that because obviously I missed home. So it's inspired by the markets of Rothenburg in Germany, showcasing imported goods. It's very elegant. Roppongi is like the posh one. With the posh one, it's like the posh Christmas market. It's kind of small though. And since it's posh, price-wise, it's a bit more expensive than the other Christmas market. So it's small. It's more like, you go there for a little bit, but you're actually spending time in Roppongi. You're not really, you don't get that full like evening out of it.
That's so Roppongi is the only one I've been to. Yeah. And that's the impression I get. It's more like you go to the mall, and when you feel like sitting down for a coffee or a second, you say, hey, it's a Christmas market. You have a little look, you buy a little thing, you go, now back to shopping or whatever. It's
a little bit like, like a mini matsuri outside. It's not a real matsuri. So it's kind of that atmosphere of like a couple of booths there. You stand in line quite a lot. They do like high-end things like hot chocolate with premium wines or something like that. So it's more like posh, bit overpriced. Long lines, kind of small. But if you like a posh spin on it, I wouldn't, say no to it.
Conspicuous consumption.
Yeah, so it's integrated very much with Roppongi Hills.
It's like the Louis Vuitton of Christmas markets.
It's the glamorous Christmas market.
Yeah, hang on, what's a brand that's expensive but not that good? It's the one of those of Christmas markets, isn't it?
Sort of. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not that good. It's just not really the full experience. And it's kind of in a safe environment. You have like a roof over you, so you're kind of not really out, like semi-out. It's not quite the thing.
Yeah, good point. I'm going to get in.
It's better than nothing. But
to get us in trouble with Roppongi Hills if I say that.
Yeah,
sorry, Ladybeard, didn't mean to insult anyone's Christmas market.
Well, another Christmas market.
Ladybeard is fired.
Another Christmas market is in Kobe, all the way in Kobe. Again, European-style Christmas market with a memorial event of the Great Hanshin earthquake in 1995. It's renowned for its stunning illuminations, which serve as both a symbol of hope and a tribute to those affected by the disaster. So it has like history in it. Beautiful pictures of it as well. If you've seen it, illumination is the biggest, so making lots and lots of lights. Very intricate light installments.
If you don't know about this earthquake, by the way, there was this earthquake in Kobe in 1995, and it kicked this city's ass. Like the pavement, the street, boom, cracked open. It looked like a Godzilla film or something. Really, buildings falling down, horrendous, just destroyed the city. So this is why, if you go to Kobe, you will probably hear about the earthquake. It was a horrendous event. And
I like that the Christmas market respects that.
Yeah,
it's not just holly jolly, let's forget about it. There is a certain tribute paid to that disaster, so people do not just forget about it.
And this illumination we have a picture of looks spectacular. What's going on here? Is that just a wall and then this illumination is projected on that?
It looks like a palace, guys. It's fantastic. So if you're near Kobe, that's a little place you could maybe go to.
Yeah. And Kobe is a nice city to visit anyway.
Yeah. But it also has like apart from the festivity of the whole thing, it has a space for reflection and remembrance.
Okay.
So it's like a very emotional resonance on that Christmas market. I personally haven't been there because Kobe is a little bit further from here, but I heard good things and the pictures on the internet look amazing.
Oh, you've not been to the Kobe one?
I have not been to the Kobe one.
Oh, maybe we should organize a field trip to go to the Kobe
field trip,
Christmas market.
or we make it a really big field trip and go to the next Christmas market, which is actually the sister city of my sister city of my city of Munich, and that's Sapporo. All the way up in Hokkaido where the bears live.
Yep, you're the great northern bear riders. They all hang out up there.
So their sister city is Munich. Whew. Well, yours truly is from. So established in 2002. It's before the relationship between Munich and Sapporo.
It's very nice.
Two very snowy cities, so it works.
Yep.
I think we're kind of almost on the same temperature thing there. We just don't get as much snow.
Oh, are you really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They even have an authentic Bavarian Maibaum May tree there that got gifted.
Really?
Yeah, we have that
lovely.
there. And lots of things. So yeah, lots of German, Bavarian kind of things coming together.
And of course, Sapporo, snow out the wazoo, ice and so forth. They have the ice festival there. So does this add a certain flavor to the Christmas market?
The ice festival, however, is usually at the beginning of the other year. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I don't think they're happening at the same time.
Oh, is that right? It's Snow Festival or Christmas market?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's not at the same time. So you can't get the Christmas festival and then the ice and snow festival because you need the space for the snow statues. So you don't have them on at the same time. As far as I know, I haven't been there yet. I heard it's amazing. And actually some people in Tokyo will hop onto the plane just to go to Sapporo to see that Christmas market, even though they have one in Tokyo that is even better that I haven't even talked about yet.
Well, let's hit it then.
Yeah, well, I mean, just again, authentic German stalls.
Yep.
Yeah, we just coloring that
we're still
picture
in Sapporo,
of Hokkaido. Yeah, we're still in
Okay.
Hokkaido. And then they have offerings like, how do I say that again? Genghis Khan flavored sausages, which means Genghis Khan. It's not not Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan?
Yeah, it's not Genghis Khan. It's wait a second. Which animal was that again?
Sheep?
Sheep.
Goat?
Sheep. I think it's sheep.
What?
I think Genghis Khan is sheep. Sheep
Lamb?
meat.
Lamb?
Sheep meat is
Lamb.
Genghis Khan. Lamb. Sheep.
Just 1 second. We've gone from Genghis Khan to sound effects to the lamb. This is because the Mongols ate lamb. Is this what you're telling me? For some
that's a
reason, the
different
Japanese
explanation.
named lamb Genghis Khan.
There's
Just so we're all clear.
No. I didn't make this up. This is a thing. Japanese people do sometimes call it Genghis Khan. I don't quite know why.
Shiori, you got some explaining
Why?
to do.
So she doesn't know this is rare. But I heard it's like sometimes it was offered at buffet style.
Okay.
And it's the idea you go there like a warlord and you eat a lot of food. And that's why they sometimes had sheep meat, lamb there. But then it became a popular thing. So sometimes people in Japan call lamb meat Genghis Khan. Is what I heard. Might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Please Google it.
Speaking of buffets, they call the buffet a Viking. So when you're going to eat like a Viking marauder, that's the buffet. I digress. What does this have to do with Sapporo?
So Sapporo is doing its own spin on it. So you have lamb sausages, for example, for the cold Sapporo winter. And again, it's very cold, so it really actually creates that Christmas feeling a lot more because you might even be lucky you have snow and then you have like warm foods. And also in Sapporo underneath, so they have like a top area, but underneath they have like a shopping zone. So if it should get too cold, you just go down to the shopping zone, warm up your toes, and you go back to the Christmas market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not your nose, only your toes.
Oh, your nose too. Your nose should get warm too.
Toes and your nose?
Yeah, all of that.
And don't forget your clothes.
Yep.
No.
Another one on the list that's famous, I haven't been to that one, is Nagoya, the Christmas market.
Nagi cheese! I love Nagi cheese!
Nagoya. So the culture of chubu.
Chubu!
Chubu! So,
Chubu!
Nagoya is quite famous as well. Again, local specialities like tebasaki chicken wings, so that Japanese food is in there too. Miso nikomi, miso stew. Okay, stuff to make you warm in that season. Workshops they have there for crafting your own stuff, and it's very family friendly. A lot of kid activities, making it popular with the families, but that is not my recommend. These are 5. There's one more, and that one's actually in Tokyo.
I won't interrupt.
Oh, wait, well, if you want to do your Santa story before that, we can do your Santa story before that. It's building up suspense, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Cathy Cat has taken control of this episode, hasn't she?
It's a Christmas market episode. I don't do a half peach Christmas. I do proper peach Christmas. That's all I can say.
I'm a bit concerned my Father Christmas story might not live up to standards.
Oh.
Well, in terms of doing Christmas wholeheartedly, here's what happened during the old Corona the Corona Lisa, when we couldn't go home for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I was stuck here. My one of my closest friends here is American-born Japanese, and he has a bunch of children. And so I was kind of saying to him, so we just decided I would go to their house for Christmas because I couldn't go home, right? So go to the house for Christmas. His youngest son has Down syndrome, and I love this boy. He's awesome. All the kids are there, and they brought all the cousins and everything. It's going to be this huge party of kids.
Ooh, that sounds already like a big Christmas party.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, I was seeing the Father Christmases at the malls in Japan, and I was really disappointed. I was like, this is not what Father Christmas is supposed to be. Like I say, it would just be some skinny man in a costume not doing anything.
So you are going to be like, let's do this right.
Exactly. I said to him, "Oi, do you want me to do Father Christmas for the kids? And I'll do a proper Father Christmas. I'll turn up ho ho hoing and giving presents out and singing."
Yes.
He was like, "Oh hell yeah!" So I did. So Ladybeard was Father Christmas for the kids on Christmas. It was awesome. The small ones were terrified. But so what happened was...
I can imagine.
I used to do Father Christmas professionally when I lived in Hong Kong. It
was
one of the gigs I did. Yeah, obviously only at Christmas
side gig of Ladybeard here.
Yeah, I got funny stories about those gigs. But so, so my friend's house, we would turn up and I'm ho-ho-hoing with my bell and I got my white beard on, we're all singing and giving everyone presents and whatnot. It was a happy time. And I leave. Afterwards, I'm saying to my buddy, I'm going, the small kids, they seemed much more terrified than inspired with joy as I hoped they would be. My friend goes, because you're too muscular to be Santa Claus. Santa Claus is meant to be this big, fat, happy man. You turn up with your chest popping out of your red shirt. You're like, ho, ho, ho! You kids better have a Merry Christmas. He said it was like the SWAT team had kicked down the door. I'm like, all right. Well, sorry.
Dear. That was, I would like you to maybe Santa Claus an episode in the future. We should put together, if we get like a certain amount of people watching the podcast next year, you should Santa Claus an episode for us.
All right. Well, I'm going to need a new costume because my beard caught fire. So we'll tell that story later.
Oh, damn. Okay. Now, to round up, my favorite or my recommendation for Christmas markets, if you are in Tokyo around this time, you should go, is the Jingle Christmas market. It is gigantic. Now, this one is different. You can't just like stroll in and out like the shopping malls. They actually put a wall around it because you pay entrance to get in. I was a bit sus about it when I saw it first. I had to stand in line for a long time. If you go in the evenings, especially the closer you get to Christmas, the longer you wait to get in. So there's like a huge line all around that wall, and you're like, is it really that good? I was like, this is probably not worth it. I'm not feeling it. Like, I was there, and my friend was like, oh, come on, let's just go in. I heard it's great. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. So we stood in line, we got all the way to the front, you pay 2,000 yen. I'm like, really? Really? 2,000 yen for a Christmas market? It's for free in Germany. Well, so you suddenly get a mug. I'm like, oh, I got a mug? And the mug says the year. It says where it is. It has a nice design. And I'm like, okay, this is not bad. So my entrance is already completed with a mug. So you go in, and now in German tradition, we love nature. Actually, you go to different booths, and at the booths, you can then get your mulled wine, and they fill it in your cup. They have like different prices. But you can go there and they will have different takes on it. And again, you don't waste so much plastic because you don't go, have a drink, throw it away. So we are already actively helping with recycling, and you get a souvenir. So that was already good.
It's good.
They also have a gigantic Christmas pyramid there.
A Christmas mid.
Yeah, it's not a tree. We usually have these when they come from the Erzgebirge. It's like a mountainous area in Germany. And usually you have candles, and the heat of the candles will spin a propeller.
Oh, I know what these things are.
And then they turn, you probably have seen it if you've had Christmas ever in Germany. And yes, usually small, and you have them on tables and you light the candles. But that one is obviously electric and gigantic. Great for pictures. And then they have lots and lots of booths that do their own take on mulled wine or non-alcoholic mulled wine. And it can be a mixed fusion with hot chocolate, fusion with Baileys, fusion with like any kind of fusion you can imagine. People have thought about it. Tons and tons of different types of sausages that you might have never tried before. And then the shows, they got actually some German bands in all the way from Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were like, oh, we're great. It was great to be here again. Wunderbar. Let's play our music. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
What do they play? Do they play like traditional Bavarian with like an accordion? And
they had all kind of instruments there, and they were like singing in German. I'm like, really? Is anyone interested in this? And apparently people were.
Were they wearing lederhosen?
No, they were not from Bavaria, unfortunately. But there was that was interesting. That's very Japan only thing. There were a couple of cute girls in semi-traditional German clothing. Okay. Not quite, though. And they were going around and they were serving or helping and passing out flyers. And they were like, yeah, we're not just helping here, we're also going on stage. And I'm like, what's going on? So they were first like maids because they helped serving. Second, they were like nice and talked with people. And then third, they would go up on stage and suddenly sung and danced to Schneeflöckchen, Weißröckchen, German Christmas music.
Oh, great, okay.
They were like, yeah, ho, 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 Schneeflöckchen, Weißröckchen. They were like tradition. I've never seen it. I sent it to all my families. It's like German Christmas music idols.
Oh, that's lovely.
I hope they still do their job because I've never seen something like that. And I wonder what they're doing when it's not Christmas. I should probably find that out. But it was an interesting fusion. There was a lot of stuff happening, and they also invited a lot of Japanese performers to come on stage. The most random performer that I've seen was like a sport coach, and she, in the meantime, also made us get up and do some sport exercises from our tables or beer tables.
Good. Yeah. Good. Get rid of that Christmas paunch.
Yeah, so maybe something you could actually do.
Get
people to talk a little bit of German, do a little bit of exercises with everyone.
Yeah.
That one was actually good because you actually spend an evening there. You get food there, you get drinks there, you look at all the gifts that you could buy. Oh. You can get some authentic German stuff and watch the show. So I had actually a really good time there. I was very sus when I started, but it is a good one. I can recommend it.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Just if you're coming closer to Christmas, stand in line early.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a delightful place. One more time, the name of it?
It is the Jingle Christmas Market.
Jingle Christmas Market.
I think it was like near Hibiya before, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, the Jingle one is really, really fun.
So,
can recommend.
So, does Cathy have any Christmas plans for this year?
For this year, I will not go back to Germany because I already been to Germany quite extensively. So I'll probably hit that Christmas market for Christmas.
All right, happy days.
Yes.
I might hit a Christmas market too. I too will not be going home this year, so I might also hit a Christmas market. Tell you what, I actually went to one in Fukuoka once as well, and it also involved a mug, and it was not, you didn't have to pay to get in. It was just out in the open. You could come and go as you please, but it was delightful.
There you go. It's a really nice thing. If you can't, lots of like Christmas traditions don't really reach Japan as much unless you maybe go to Disney. But if you go to a Christmas market, you get that feel, because in other parts you might not really feel that during Christmas. Apart from lights, there's not that much Christmassy stuff around. But if you find yourself at a Christmas market, especially if you're an expat, you will go like, that kind of warm feeling that you have for Christmas, it will be there. Maybe we should grab the whole team, get Shiori in there. We should all go hit the Christmas market.
Be a Christmas special. That'd be hilarious.
Exactly. You guys, what is like very Christmassy to you, and does there exist a Christmas market near you? Let us know.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yes, sure.
This will seem foreign to Europeans and so forth, but in Australia we have a traditional film that we watch which is about Christmas called Bushfire Moon. Because in Australia, of course, it's summertime for Christmas, right?
Oh.
And so it's this old film about a grumpy old man, and it's Christmas time, and he has a family, and he's grumpy, and then some Christmas things happen, and I won't ruin it for anyone who doesn't see it. So you can try watching Bushfire Moon if you're so inclined.
Sounds like an Australian spin on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Except it's really hot and the place catches fire.
Oh.
So, yeah. And you can also try watching, if you're so inclined the way Ladybeard is to like pro wrestling and so forth, you could try watching the film Santa's Sleigh, spelled S-L-A-Y, which stars Bill Goldberg as a satanic Santa Claus. In this story, it's quite hilarious. It turns out...
But don't spoil the storyline. People should watch it.
Satan, actually, Santa Claus is Satan, and he lost a bet with an angel like 1,000 years ago. He lost a bet with an angel, and so every year he used to come to Earth, and he used to wreak havoc upon the Earth. But because he lost this bet with the angel, he now has to come to the Earth
as Santa Claus
and bring cheer and joy. However, now 1,000 years is up. And so Bill Goldberg's Santa goes on a murder spree at Christmas time. It's fantastic. You must watch this film.
Sounds like an Australian, sounds like a Die Hard version, Die Hard plus Christmas stories.
That's hilarious.
Bill Goldberg. All of you guys probably have your favorite Christmas movies, so drop them also in the YouTube comments.
What's yours?
Christmas movie. Okay, that's a really cheesy one. It's The Last Unicorn. We always watch that in Germany for Christmas. That's a very old one. Anyways, let us know what your favorite Christmas movie is in the comments down below. And we see you soon for another episode of
Cat with Beard. Merry Christmas.